What is up, everybody? It's been a while, man. Almost 2 weeks from my last upload. And I've been doing a lot of thinking, man, about Yu-Gi-Oh!, about my life, about this channel. And one thing I wanted to talk about specifically when it came to Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the edge competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Gives to the average everyday person like myself who has took a break from Yu-Gi-Oh! We played for a long ass time, and no matter what the issue was and why we stepped away from the game, we stepped away from the game to enjoy other hobbies. As you guys already know, I've been doing Beyblade X. It's a really fun hobby. I highly recommend it for people who is looking for something to try out that's different than card games. And one thing I could say about Yu-Gi-Oh! Specifically playing competitively for 20 years, it's giving me an edge in Beyblade. Now, am I the best Beyblade X player? Not at all. Beyblade is more of a sport than an actual physical game. Believe it or not, it's kind of weird because the way you launch and angle your Beyblade is going to determine a big result of the game. And then you have to know about matchups and et cetera, et cetera. But what Yu-Gi-Oh! Has given me is when I play games like Beyblade, or even when I do other card games, like when I played Naruto CCG in the past, is a vision for seeing what's good. And that's something I ain't gonna lie, I kind of took for granted. But stepping back from Yu-Gi-Oh! And going into other hobbies, and I don't know if it's just me, let me know in the comments, it makes other hobbies a little easier to understand. Like, I'll be playing Beyblade X, and I'll see something broken. I'll see how the metagame is broken down. And I'm like, man, that thing's going to be broken. That part's going to be broken. Just to simplify it for you guys. And sure enough, that combo's amazing. That part is insane. Everyone's using it. And I myself have came up with ideas that people have started using it and it started working for them. And when it came into the Naruto CCG, same concept. I see broken cards from a mile away. Some people may think the cards are bad. Some people may think the cards aren't that good. And some people are just saying to themselves, well, we just going to see what's going to happen. And come to find out, I was right on that as well. And I think the reason why I'm able to point these things out, because I've done Yu-Gi-Oh! For so long, I'm able to understand the concept of what's good and what's bad. Because when you play Yu-Gi-Oh!, right, competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Specifically, you're constantly thinking, you're constantly grinding, you're constantly thinking about what's the best play to make in any given situation, how to get out any given situation. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Players specifically train ourselves to go into a deck or a tournament knowing about different matchups. And that's going to give you guys an accelerated boost, not only in just other hobbies, but in life in general. Because what a lot of people don't do that I've spoken to is like casual gamers, non-competitive gamers, is they'll look at something simple, they'll want to put their own little spin on it, but they won't see the big picture of why the pro players or everyone else is running the most meta thing. They see it as, oh, you guys are just copying each other, you guys are just meta scrubs, you guys have no originality. But what it really is when you're looking at someone playing meta, they're playing it for a specific reason. They're playing it because it has a high win ratio. They're learning from it. And a lot of people in this world just don't have the critical thinking skills that a lot of people who play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or just competitive card games, it could be Pokemon, it could be Magic, it could be anything competitive. I'm keeping it Yu-Gi-Oh! Specific because this is a Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel. I just honestly, critical thinking skills from Yu-Gi-Oh! Has carried me a lot in my personal life. And I think it's pretty dope, growing up in the hood, growing up on the west side of Chicago, my critical thinking skills as a kid, it was there, but it wasn't the best. But when I got into card games and started thinking in depth about the long term in the game, like you can learn this from chess as well. There's a lot of chess players who you got to sometimes think 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 turns ahead. And when you play Yu-Gi-Oh, you got to do the same thing. And what that is working your brain muscle. So when you're not playing Yu-Gi-Oh, even if you're just at a social situation, maybe some people call it overthinking, you're thinking about, okay, what if this happens? What does that happen? What's my out to this? What's my out to that? And you're using that terminology. At least me. Maybe I'm just freaking nuts. I don't know. When I go to a place, like if I go to a party, if I'm going on a date, no matter what the situation is, I'm always asking myself, what's the out to this scenario? And if this goes wrong, what's my chain link gonna be? If this goes wrong, my chain link gonna be. Like, even though I ain't been in the trenches grinding this current format with Yu-Gi-Oh, I still think about Yu-Gi-Oh daily. Yu-Gi-Oh's been part of my life for so long. And I think, I really thought the other day, I'm like, man, I learned a lot of shit from playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and Yu-Gi-Oh has given me an edge in a lot of other hobbies. Like, ain't gonna lie, if it wasn't for me playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and getting all my experience going to locals consistently every week and linking up with other Yu-Gi-Oh players to play a new card game, which was the Naruto CG, I would probably have not been as good as Naruto I would not have been a good Naruto player if I didn't have Yu-Gi-Oh first. And a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players, they go from games like Yu-Gi-Oh to Magic, Pokemon, Lorcana even, and they kill it. Almost every Yu-Gi-Oh player I know, when they step from Yu-Gi-Oh to another game, they kill it. My buddy Charles, for example. I don't know if he's gonna watch this video, but shout out to my homie. He quit Yu-Gi-Oh about 2 years now, and got into Pokemon. Started doing good locally. He hasn't gone to a big event because he works a lot. He works a big job. However, when he goes to locals, he'll play the pro players, and he'll be on their same level. He's telling me because a lot of times he's playing decks that people think is garbage, but he's putting his own Yu-Gi-Oh spin on it, and he's also doing his research from Japan and wherever else he does his research, and it's giving him an edge over the local meta. And literally the decks that he's playing, they become meta within a few months, and people see the vision. Same thing when he also plays other games. I think he's playing Gundam now. Same thing. I was talking to my homie yesterday. He told me he went to Gundam locals and finished X1, and that's pretty freaking dope. So a lot of TCG players, believe it or not, no matter that's really good, they came through Yu-Gi-Oh at a certain point in time. Whenever it was a kid, when they were a kid, high school, college even, and they might have played a couple of card games at locals, and maybe the game wasn't for them. But the training they got from trying to be good at Yu-Gi-Oh took them a long way. And I ain't gonna lie, but modern Yu-Gi-Oh nowadays, bro, it's like freaking studying, bro. Like, when I was going to Nationals a couple months ago, I didn't realize how hard it was to prep for an event by yourself. Like, yeah, I go to locals. I had people I could play test with. And I did play test with at locals, but everyone has lives. Everyone near me has girlfriends. So we're all can only play test really at locals, and that's pretty much about it. Maybe a game or two after locals, and that's pretty much it. And if you want to hit somebody up on Dueling Book, they'll do that as well. But you not only have to learn your deck, you have to learn your deck's best matchups. Then you got to learn all the other decks and study that shit, comprehend the text on the card, and not only do you have to do all that, you have to go to a venue and barely eat, walk around the entire convention center for 8 to 10 hours a day when you go to say a big event like a regionals or YCS. That is some hard shit to do. That is some hard shit to do. And I think a lot of you guys that are still currently active going to every event, especially the younger guys, you might take that shit for granted, but don't. Trust me. You guys are awesome for doing that, man. Don't let nobody tell you guys that you might be wasting your time playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Or you might not be doing anything well. Don't let even if it's your parents, like, as long as you get your life in order, you're good to go. But don't let anybody tell you that you're wasting your time playing card games. So if I had that happen to me in my younger years, I know how much it could suck. Because I know a lot of you guys are, outside of being Yu-Gi-Oh players, you guys are just regular guys. Girls too. And, whatever you guys want to consider yourself nowadays. And you guys might have you might come into the crossroads where you're like, man, am I wasting my time? And I guess the point of me making this video is, I just want to encourage you guys to say, you're not wasting your time. Enjoy your hobby. Have your fun. Because you're only going to be 20, 30 one time. You're going to eventually get older and get bored of the hobby like me. Like I said, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I plan on coming back to locals eventually. I'm stretch my shirt back down. Plan on coming back to locals eventually. Just between work, enjoying another hobby, and then on top of that, just the format not being for me. And I really want to play Heroes, but I want to play the new stuff, not the old stuff. I'm taking a break. And sometimes you have to take a break in order to enjoy your hobby. Because if you don't take a break, man, you're not going to have a good time. Like, there's tons of players that, when they take breaks, they come back with the fire. And that's honestly my goal right now. And, once I come back to Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm going to be really excited to play. But anyway, man, what do you guys think about this video? Let me know what you think. Yeah, thought about it in the comment section down below. I feel a little awkward on camera. I don't have a green screen set up. I know someone's going to roast me about me being in my dungeon or my basement. Dude, I film in my basement. If you guys don't like it, right there. Like, this is going to be the channel videos for now. If I do a voiceover video on my computer, I might have a little background with the botched green screen because my editing software does that now. It makes it a lot easier. I just haven't really been having topics to talk about because I really haven't been enjoying Yu-Gi-Oh like that as a whole. I was going to make this video about YCS Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh seemed to be up and down. Some people were saying a detail was cheating because he had Fool in his hand, going second all the time, and he summoned twice, or I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. Apparently some dude got arrested, but that's Yu-Gi-Oh, man. Same shit happens every year, bro. It's been going on since I was a kid. It's like what that saying goes? Time change, people change, but the game stays the same. That's how Yu-Gi-Oh's gonna be. But anyway, man, it's your boy Rogue Hero, and I'm signing out. Peace. I'm gonna try to upload a little bit more consistently, man. I'm probably just gonna make this just a talking head channel for now until I get back into the local grind and going from there. Peace.